Okay, so now I'm going to cut this section out, because again I'm going to make this all open space. I'm going to continue this countertop around. And what probably the easiest thing would be to use a multi-tool on this, but I don't have one here. Again, sometimes just doing it nice and slow with a hand tool is a good way to go. So that's what I have handy. So this is what I'm going to use, and we'll see how it goes. Now, one thing about if you're using hand tools, what gets people the most is using dull hand tools. That'll just wears you out. This one's not brand new, so it's not as sharp as it could be. I'm already a little bit off my mark here, but it's under the counter, so it won't matter. Fortunately, this is all under counter, and none of this will ever be visible at all. So having a perfect line isn't critical, but you should always do the best job you can do. Okay, well, kind of missed filming a step or two maybe. This stove that was in here, I went ahead and took out and didn't film it just because the battery on my camera had died. And while I was at it, I did some cleaning underneath here because it was pretty filthy. I figured I got it apart. I'm going to clean everything out and seal everything up as best I can, make it as good, as close to new as possible. Right now, I'm going to work on building the bracket for the back of the countertop, and then I'm going to get all this, the cracks and everything else sealed up so it's well, good and sealed. And then once I get that done, let's see about getting this prepped for a drawer. So I need bracket or guides along the back for the rest of the countertop, and then along the back there need to be some spots to attach the shelf, or excuse me, the drawer glides. So that's what I'm going to do next, is get some wood cut and get those attached. Okay, so I got my two strips of 1x2 cut for my back mounting surface for the countertop. I'm going to take this piece right here back out and glue it and put it back in, and then I'm going to screw the boards in over to clamp it in place. And so it's going to look like I'm leaving it a mess, but the fact is once I get the strips on there and glued down, that's all set up, I'll go back and spray foam the gap, and then I'll make that sand it down or cut it down flush, and then I'll put like a small drywall patch over it. So it's going to look a little rough in the beginning, but once it's done, this will all be cleaned up and good as new. Hopefully this camera angle will help a little bit. It's kind of hard to see anything from behind here, but it's a tight little space. You gotta work with what you got. First thing I'm going to do is put some glue on that little piece. And then put that back in place. And then I will put the support, glue that over the top of it. And I like to use, it says Gorilla Glue on the bottle. The fact is, inside is Wood Tight number 3, which is a waterproof wood glue. Not that I think there's anything wrong with Gorilla Glue, but I do know that the watertight 3 is good stuff, and that's what I happen to have. When I ran out of glue in this bottle, I just filled it back up with I have a big 1-gallon jug of the watertight, or excuse me, wood tight. I'll have to look at the bottle, yes. I am going to put some wood glue on the back of this just to make it even more secure. Which, you know, if I ever have to fix it again, I will regret it because it will not come off. But if I have to ever do this again, well, I probably just won't. There's no reason I should. Nice if I stop whacking things. Alright. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the back corner of this had actually sank before, and so it was the lines that are on here are not exactly even. So what I'm going to do is grab my marker and a tape measure. I will just at least I will as soon as I find a marker. I will measure down for the upper cabinet to find my even line. Normally you would use a level, which is what you should do. This trailer is sitting at an incline so much that I can't make it perfectly level, so I have to use a different reference. And I am just going to use the original upper cabinets as my original reference. So on this end, which I believe was correct originally, 27 inches. And 3/4 down. That would be the countertop. That would be 27 3/4. Let's get that right at the bottom of that. There we go. That seems a little too high. What about that one? Okay. Okay. 27 3/4 there. I'll measure the same over here. Same cabinet. Give that a shot. normally when doing something like a back support plate like this, you'd want to screw it into the studs for the support. And if I can find some in here, I'm going to do that. But I'm not going to, there's not enough in here supports going this way for me to use just that anyhow. So that's why I put glue in the back of this, and I'm going to use multiple screws to make sure that it is secure. And now that I've got that on there, sort of, I'm going to remeasure it. Make sure I still like that location before I put any more screws into it. Soft, but just a hair bitty. Yeah, I definitely don't like using the cabinets as a point of reference, but gotta do something. I think what I'm gonna do is put the other board on first before I finish securing that one. That way I have additional points of reference. Ooh, it's getting warm in here. Definitely not liking that much. I really wish I could use a level on this. Maybe I'll try it from the bottom cabinet. Yeah, pretty much nothing in here straight. Go ahead and put some glue on this one and temporary attach it as well and see what I can figure out.